Well, hello, YouTube. Happy Tuesday and welcome to our live show. Oh my lord, I didn't realize my hair looks like such a mess, so y'all have to excuse that because I've been working hard today. So, welcome everyone. I know we've already been chatting a little bit about what's going on. I do have my TV on in the background, so if you hear something kind of back behind me, that's what you're hearing. I actually have an eye on one of my YouTube other guys that I like to watch. So I've got him on while I'm talking to all of you. So I'm just really glad to see everyone. Hello, Robin. Hi, Carrie. Hi, Lori. Uh, let's see who else is here. Hi, Life Happens. It's nice to see all of you here. So, uh, yes, right now we're just getting some rain here, which of course we don't need any more of right now. We've had a lot of rain this summer, so we are already close to flood stage in our rivers and lakes here, so we certainly don't need much more rain. Hey, Cynthia. Hey, Betty. Yes, we do still have power and just some light rain right now. Hardly any wind, but I do expect that to change shortly. Hey, who's your preppy nurse? Happy Tuesday again, everyone. I'm so glad y'all are here. We're probably not gonna make this a super long chat because I've been busy today, so I've been cleaning up. Hey, Charlotte Prepper. I've been busy cleaning up and picking up and putting up and getting laundry done and filling jugs. And I think I am yet going to make sure that my canner is actually full because Ethel is a big girl. She can hold a lot of water. So I think I'm gonna get get her filled, and then I'll pretty much be ready. Yeah, Lori, I know I'm just really praying we don't get that much rain because I don't know where it'll all go. Hey, Judy, I'm glad you made it. So I am glad that we were able to do the live tonight. Um, so yeah, right now it's just very lightly raining. Um, Charlotte, I am in Polk County, Florida, which is right in between Tampa and Orlando. I'm actually closer to Orlando than I am Tampa, but we're actually considered part of Tampa Bay. So we are right now under a hurricane warning until sometime tomorrow afternoon. Schools are closed. I was just sent an email saying they are closed now through Thursday, but I actually look for them to be closed until Monday. So hi, I'm awake. Hi, Wanda. I'm so glad to see everyone here tonight. Hey, Marty. So yeah, the way things work, at least in my area, is a lot of the schools are used for shelters. So as long as any of the public has to use the schools as shelters, they have to make sure that the students are not in the schools at the same time. So as long as people are using the shelters, we will not have schools. So I look for schools to be closed till at least Monday. Hey, Linda's Prepper Kitchen. I'm glad you made it tonight. So again, happy Tuesday, everyone. I do have another YouTube show playing in the background, keeping an eye on the weather. So If you guys have not found Ryan Hall, y'all, on YouTube, you need to go check his stream out after we end here because he does a great job at weather forecasting. He has a team of meteorologists and storm chasers working for him, so he does a really good job. So yeah, Lori, he's a great guy. So if you haven't checked him out yet, when we end here, go check his channel. So if you hear something in the background, that's what I got on right now. So I just keeping an eye on things, but right now southern Florida is really getting hit hard by those outer wind bands that spawn the tornadoes. So once from what I'm seeing, once the storm comes inland a little bit more and starts to turn and go up the middle of the state, that's when my area is going to get hit. So we'll see what happens when the storm gets a little closer. Right now, it's calm. So I'm just kind of taking a chance to rest for a few minutes and put my feet up because I've been so busy getting things picked up and cleaned up and put away and getting Mr. Bubba taken care of and his cage cleaned and his supplies where I can get to them and just making sure I got things squared away. And it hasn't helped that I woke up with an absolutely horrible migraine this morning. I get them a lot from the weather with the air pressure changing. So I kind of assumed I was going to wake up with the migraine this morning, which I did. So I've been kind of going at full steam ahead on top of a migraine. So right now I'm just taking a few minutes to chill and chat with all of you. So yeah, Lori, I'm thinking too that the heat afterward it's not gonna be fun. So right now I am actually a little cold. I have both of my window air conditioners as low as they will go to get my house as cool as I can get it so that when the power does go out, maybe my house will stay cool for a little bit longer. So right now I'm actually kind of chilly, but I know if the power does go out, I'm going to be glad that I have my house this cold. So that's kind of what I'm doing at the moment. So we are going to get through this storm. And actually, from what I'm hearing, there's another wave behind this one that everyone's keeping an eye on. So we're just not out of the woods yet by any means for storm season. So this is just round one. So we'll get through this one and then focus on the next one. So yeah, Linda, I just hate these migraines, but I know once the storm gets closer and the air pressure settles, then my headache will be better. So I hate these air pressure headaches. It feels like your head's gonna explode. So um hey LG, I'm glad you made it. So yeah, I'm as prepared as I can be. I got my hurricane supplies together back in June. We always have a tax-free week where you can stock up on your hurricane prepping supplies. So I got several cases of water, fresh batteries, some flashlights and candles and matches and got all of that while it was a little bit cheaper where we didn't have to pay the sales tax. So I did pretty much have all of my non-perishable supplies purchased back in June because I knew we were gonna get hit with the storm at some point. So I figured I would just go ahead and get the supplies, and if I didn't need them for a storm, I could could rotate them into my working pantry and then replace the supplies next June. So, hey, Autumn, I'm glad you made it. Hey, Heidi. I'm really glad that we were able to just take some time to breathe and chat and talk about how important it is that we get our prepping supplies together so we don't wipe the stores out when we hear that these storms are coming. Because I'll tell you what, the stores in my area by Saturday afternoon were completely out of water. The only water they had left was the 5-gallon water cooler jugs. For some reason, no one had thought to get those because you can always take the cap off of those and pour it into a pitcher and then fill your water bottles up and use that. So luckily, I did get a couple of the pre-filled 5-gallon water cooler bottles, which I needed to get for my water cooler anyway. So I'm pretty well set for water. And yeah, the stores were just jam packed on Saturday. It was horrible. I spoke to two people on my way out of Winn-Dixie. Luckily, all I needed was some lettuce for Mr. Bubba and some carrots for him and a couple loaves of bread. I had everything else I needed. So I passed two other people who had been to four other stores looking for water, and one person told me the line to check out at Walmart was like a mile long, and they had run out of water over an hour ago. So it was absolutely crazy. So I know I listened today to a video that Alaska Prepper put out this afternoon about how important it is to be prepared for these storms and how people call preppers hoarders, but it really isn't preppers who wipe the stores out when these storms are coming. It's everyone else who was not prepared the way that they should have been that start panicking and buying everything on the shelf and not leaving supplies for the person behind them. So that that is my takeaway from this storm. It was a little bit unexpected. They have been talking about it for a while. I don't think they expected it to be this big or to impact as large of an area as it's going to. But if you have your supplies in place, then you don't have to go out and deal with the people who are panicked and scared because the supplies are running out. So that is my takeaway from this. So I am probably going to do the same thing this next June when we have our tax-free weekend. I'm going to once again go and get stocked up on my water and get fresh batteries and rotate my other ones out if I don't need them and make sure that my matches and candles are all topped off. And that's that's what my plan is going forward. So um so what else has everyone been up to this week? I know there's a lot going on. My mind's been focused on the storm, so I really haven't paid much attention to anything else that's been going on. Um oh, I'm awake. Yes, Mr. Bubba. The only thing he's low on is his treat sticks because I gave him a fresh one and he ate over half of it already. So I told him he better go slow on it because it might be a few days where I can get him some more, but I do have other treats for him and got an extra bag of lettuce for him. So, and I always make sure I have one bag of pellets put back, and he has plenty of hay in his cage. So, hey, P. McKenzie. Hi, Ice One. I'm glad you guys made it. Yeah, Judy, I am too. So I'm just really glad I have my supplies because up north we're not used to hurricanes, and the second someone hears the word snow, man, those stores get wiped out of everything. So that we're used to panic buying when blizzards come in, and yeah, people just need to make sure they have their non-perishable supplies so that way you have everything that you need. Uh, yeah, I'm just so extremely tired right now. You guys can probably tell. So hopefully I can get some sleep before the wind and the heavy rain gets started. And I swan I'm going to do my best to stay as safe as I can. I'm in a fairly secure mobile home, and actually, my home sits up on a little bit of a hill. So, a little bit of a story. A few years ago, when Irma hit, what devastated my park was a band of tornadoes that sprung up from the outer winds. So everyone on my street pretty much lost their roofs except for my house because right before the tornadoes got to my house, which is on a corner, they turned and went around the rest of the park. Plus, my house sits up on a small hill, just a little bit taller than the rest of the houses. So the ones that didn't turn actually went through my porch instead of getting my roof. So I was about the only person in the park that did not have roof damage. So I'm really glad that I am secure and I'm up on a little bit of a hill. A lot of the water will run off of the hill, and unfortunately it will go down into my neighbors' yards, but I should be okay as far as flooding goes. Right now it is 76 degrees here, but we've had some rain, so it cooled it off. It was super humid earlier. You step outside, it was like stepping into a sauna. It was just so incredibly humid. Oh, have a good night, Betty. Yes, we'll stay safe. I will do updates every once in a while as long as the power stays on. So I will update you guys as long as it is safe for me to do so. I may step out onto my porch and videotape some of the storm as it comes in. My porch is covered and enclosed, but if it gets like too windy and things are blowing around and just getting crazy, I won't even attempt that. But if it's just some wind and some rain, I might step out and get a short video. But trust me, I'm not gonna do anything stupid. So hey Christopher, I'm glad you made it. So so better late than never. So yeah, right now we're just it's kind of the calm before the storm. There's actually just a very nice light breeze. the cows across the street were all out earlier munching on the grass and enjoying the the light rain and the wind. So right now it's really nice. But yes, I in a few hours I think it's gonna be a different story. But we're just gonna hunker down and write it out and stay as safe as we can. And my I'm all have my preps all in order. I know where everything is, so I think it'll be I think we'll be all right. So the main thing for us is going to be the wind and the rain. So yeah, it's just really wet here right now. So rain is the very last thing that we need right now. All of the drainage ditches and rivers and lakes, which we do have a lot of in my county, they're just right at flood stage already. So another 10 to 15 inches of rain is not going to be good. So so yes, we're more concerned right now about the rain than I think about anything else. So so yes, definitely the floodings. I And part of our county actually floods with the least little bit of rain. So even though our county doesn't have usually have mandatory evacuations, but they encourage people in that town to get to higher ground because they most certainly are going to be flooded close to their rooftops because they flood at the drop of a hat. So we're really concerned about especially about that area. So yeah, we're just really preparing and getting our last minute yard work done. And right now anything outside that we had to do had to be done because it's already raining. So it's and it looks like the rain's actually picking up a little bit. Yes, Mackenzie, I have a a flashlight. I actually got had to get everything out 2 nights ago, believe it or not. My power went out for some unknown reason. It was out for almost 4 hours, so I already have flashlights and candles and stuff out because I had to get everything out the other night. There was about 3,000 of us without power for almost 4 hours the other night. So that was a good time for me to get all of that stuff together. So I have a flashlight right by my chair with um, new batteries in it. I have a candle and a new lighter right where I can light it, and I also have my phone plugged in and a flashlight on my phone, and I have my phone bank charged, so I'm pretty much all set for the power to go out. So I made sure my small refrigerator was stocked with plenty of water and coffees and sodas so that if I need something to drink, I don't have to keep opening my big refrigerator to get my drinks out. So I could just hurry up and open the small refrigerator and grab something and close it. So I'm pretty much set. I got my freezer mostly cleaned out. I Before storm season started, I canned just about all of the meat that I had in my freezer, and I learned during Irma not to keep a fully stocked freezer during storm season. So I got things when it was on sale, and if I didn't use it right away, I canned it and put it on the shelf, so I really don't have a whole lot of stuff in my freezer if the power should go out for very long. But yeah, Grandma Chrissy, uh, welcome. I did see you come in a little bit ago, I think. So yeah, I am more concerned about flooding and those outer wind bands where the tornadoes spawn so fast and without any warning. So that worries me. I think the most is the rain and those outer wind bands. Um, LG, I do have ice packs in my freezer as well as some bottles of I took some empty soda bottles and washed them out good and made sure that I had those filled with water and I stuck some of those in my freezer as well. So yeah, this is my actually my second big storm. Irma was my first big storm. This is my second big storm, but the first big storm where I will be by myself. So it's a little bit more scary when you're by yourself than it is when you have someone in the house with you. So I'm I think more nervous than I am scared. I think nervous is probably a good word to use. So it's just sitting here and waiting makes me more nervous than anything. So I am a tell me what to do so I can get it done type of person, and just sitting here waiting for the storm is not cool because I don't know what to do while I sit here and wait. So as long as my mind was focused on what I was doing, I was good. But yeah, I don't wait well. So I I'm a definitely a tell me what to do and I can get it done type of person. And the calm before the storm does not sit well with me. So there's a few things I have to do yet. I am gonna fix something to eat here in a little bit. I've not eaten a whole lot today, partly because of the headache and partly because I've been going full steam ahead and haven't taken time. So think I'm going to fix something to eat here in a little bit and get those dishes cleaned up and then probably uh go go lay down for a little bit and then see where things stand. So I think I'm glad I scheduled the chat for tonight. It gave me a chance to get my feet up, but yet still give my mind something to do to keep it occupied and not just sit here in the quiet waiting by myself. So I'm just really glad that y'all are here with me tonight. So yes, who's your preppy nurse? I am so grateful for all of you guys and knowing that you guys care what happens to me really means a lot. So oh, thank you, Texas Fairy Godmother. Welcome to the Tuesday night chat. So I'm glad you're here. Hey, SSR, welcome. So yeah, I'm just really grateful for all of you guys and keeping you updated as I can will keep my mind focused and will give me something else to concentrate on. So as long as I have power and internet, I will do my best to keep you guys all updated. I'll put um, notes in the community chat, and every so often, as long as the power's on, I'll do some video shorts just to let y'all know what's going on and what we're dealing with. So, uh, thank you guys. I'm just so grateful for you guys, and even one of my viewers sent me a hurricane box. So you know who you are. So thank you for the hurricane box. I She's sent a case of water which will actually get here in a few days, barring storm disruptions. But she also sent some Starbucks coffee and some an entire case of Beanie Weenies, which actually is one of my favorite snacks to have because you could just open the can and eat it right out of the can. So if the power goes out, that's one of my favorite comfort foods to have. So I'm just really grateful for all the support you guys give me. You guys mean a lot to me. So um yeah, the thumbs up really does help the channel. It helps people find me later after the live stream ends so that they can go back and watch and leave comments so I can talk with them after the live chat is over. So yeah, the thumbs up really does help a lot as far as YouTube. It just seems to like that thumbs up button. So that helps a lot. So and that was such a thoughtful gift that really did touch my heart, and it meant a lot. So I know, especially if the power goes out, I'm going to be very glad for those little cans of coffee. Those go a long way. And I think the very last thing I'm gonna do before I call it a night is I'm going to make a pot of coffee, and I will fill up my thermos bottle before I go to bed just in case the power goes out because my thermos keeps things hot for 6 to 12 hours. So I know that coffee will still be hot whenever I get up later. So I think the last thing I'm gonna do is make that pot of coffee because y'all don't even want to know what I look like in the morning without that cup of coffee. Sometimes it takes 3 cups of coffee before I start moving, so I I do need that coffee. So that yeah, that last thing I'm gonna do before I go to bed is make that pot of coffee. So oh, thank you, Texas Fairy. Yep, life happens. I have cold brew in my uh, coffee maker right now as well. So I have that set, and I do every once in a while I will do tea, but I usually do tea closer to the evenings if I want something hot, but I don't want to make a whole pot of coffee. Oh, that's a good idea, LG. I didn't think about that. So I actually might do that because, yeah, right now my house is right around 65 degrees. I cranked down the air conditioner again. I forget what channel I was listening to, but yeah, yes, SSR. That this is true. Uh, um, oh, there went my brain. Um, the channel I was listening to was talking about how they had a storm coming, so they cranked their air conditioners down, and after they lost power, their house stayed cool for almost 2 days. So right now, I have both window air conditioners cranked down as low as it'll go with the ceiling fans going to get my house as cold as I can get it, just in case the power goes out. Maybe for at least a few hours, my house will stay cool. So, I, yes, I am glad I am not the only one who needs that first thing in the morning coffee. I've learned now that I am substitute teaching, I fix my coffee before I go to bed and I start the pot at 4:30. So by the time I get out of the shower, my coffee is ready and I can sit down for a minute before I have to leave for whatever school I'm teaching at for the day. And then I usually will take a cup of coffee with me because by the time school starts, I usually have most of it gone. It Yes, Grandma Chrissy, I'm keeping the house as cool as I can, and I also wet a towel and put it in a Ziploc bag, and I have that in the freezer, so if it does get hot, I can pull that out and wrap around my neck to cool off for at least a little bit. So, uh, yes, Texas Fairy, he really is such a great guy. And for those who have not watched him, if you join his channel or send super chat money or you buy merchandise from his store, most of that money he uses to equip his storm chasers with supplies so that right after they go through an area that's been hit by severe storms or tornadoes, they have supplies in their car so that they can like give people water and shoes and clothes and they keep medical supplies with them so that they can do wound care because quite often his storm chasers are in the area before the first responders get there. So all of the proceeds that he gets that he doesn't use to make his merchandise, anything over that he uses for that kind of stuff. So he's a really good person. He's a great resource to use. So if you haven't checked his channel out, it's Ryan Hall Y'all on YouTube, and he's also on all social media platforms, so you can find him about anywhere. So yeah, go check him out after we're done, because I'll probably have him on the rest of the time because his information is like right on point as soon as any warnings go out anywhere he has them up. So yeah, right now southern Florida is really getting hit hard by those outer wind bands and the tornadoes that are spawning up for about the last hour. They have really been hit hard. So yeah, Grandma Chrissy, he's a good resource to use. Anytime there's going to be any type of severe weather, he is usually will go live until the threat is over. So he's going to be on probably for the at least the next couple of days between him and his team. There will be someone on doing live updates. So yeah, Grandma Chrissy, that's I'm praying we don't get any, but usually those spawn off of those outer wind bands at a moment's notice, and almost by the time the notices get out, they're already gone. So it's oh my goodness. Okay, Sarasota, if anyone's in that area, water is being shut off to the barrier islands at 7 p.m. So if you're in that area and you haven't done your water prepping yet, you need to do it now. So that tells me they're gonna get hit really hard. So I'm kind of wondering if they're gonna be turning our water off if we get too much rain and they start worrying about flooding if they're gonna do that here as well. Hey Salem, I'm glad you made it. Welcome to the Tuesday night chat. I am glad you finally made it. Hey, the Orlando Prepper, I'm glad you're here. Uh, oh, there's trust me, I get it because we're all doing our last minute storm prep. So I'm glad that you made it. So um yes, Texas fairy godmother, I do, and I also have plenty of jugs of water and empty soda bottles of water and water to drink, and I do yet need to fill my canner up with water because, like I said, Ethel's a big girl. She can hold at least 2 or 3 gallons of water, so I will get her filled up, and I think I'll pretty well be set at least for a little while. Hey, Tony DG, I'm glad you made it. So so yeah, right now it looks like the rain's picking up here a little bit. The wind doesn't seem too bad, but it's dark out, so I can't see if the wind's blowing anymore, but I can see the rain starting to hit the windows. So I do know that the rain's starting to pick up some. So yeah, I hope I don't lose power during Irma. Most of my town was without power. My mobile home park lost power off and on during the storm, but we pretty much have power almost the entire time. So we were very lucky. People across the street from us and at the side of us did not have power, but we have power. So I never figured that out, but I am really glad that at least then our power stayed on. So hopefully we'll have the same luck this time. Oh, thank you, the Orlando Prepper. I will definitely let you know if I need anything. Right now, I'm pretty well set. Thank goodness I have my supplies all in place back in June, so I pretty much have had everything that I needed. But yeah, 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 Salem. So I'm really hoping that the power stays on. Um, oh, Tony so far is staying fresh. So I did get him an extra bag, so he should be all right for uh about till maybe about the middle of next week. So yeah, so far his lettuce is staying pretty fresh. So we'll see what happens. And So yeah, I just really appreciate knowing that there's someone close by I can contact. So you guys just really mean a lot to me, as that especially right now when you're by yourself, knowing that something like this is coming your way. It's just really nice to know that you all are here for me, and that all I have to do is jump on and leave a note, and you all will be there to support me. So LG, I wrapped his lettuce in some damp paper towels and have it in a Ziploc bag, and it's not wilting quite as fast um as what it usually does. Produce, if I do not get his lettuce from Publix, it like wilts within 2 days. It's just absolutely horrible. So Publix lettuce, he will eat, and he eats pretty much the entire stock in a day. But if I get it from somewhere else, it just like wilts within 2 days, and he doesn't eat it as good. And if I get it from Walmart or Aldi, he won't hardly even touch it. So I'm like, if if the guinea pig is not eating produce, then there must be something really wrong with it. So I'm careful about where I get his lettuce from, and the paper towel seems like it's helping his lettuce stay fresher a little bit longer. So that really clued me in that our produce had changed, because before he always really loved the carrots from Winn-Dixie, and now he nibbles at them if I get them from Winn-Dixie, but he just does not hardly touch them. And if I get Aldi carrots, he just doesn't eat them at all. I end up throwing them away the next day. And the Publix carrots he pretty much eats, and the lettuce from Publix he won't eat. But he just there's just something about the other produce that is off-putting to him, and he won't touch it. So I don't touch it either. If he won't eat it, I won't eat it either. So usually his produce I've been getting at Publix, and it's been lasting a bit longer, and he eats it a bit better, and I feel better knowing that he's actually eating the stuff that I get. So, oh, good night, Texas Fairy. I'm Godmother. I'm so glad that you stopped by, and I just really appreciate all the prayers. I think we're gonna start wrapping the chat up, because I do need to go fix something for my supper and get that cleaned up and do a couple odds and ends of things. But I'm just so grateful that I had time to sit down and put my feet up and breathe for a few minutes and take my mind off of what was going on for a couple minutes, and just spend some time with you guys and take a minute to relax. And my head is feeling a little bit better, so I think the rain pushing in has changed the air pressure enough that my migraine is starting to lift up a little bit. So I do think that I am feeling like getting something to eat now, so I'm just going to do that and chill for a few minutes and then finish a couple last minute things I need to get done. So, doing the coffee and getting my canner filled, I think is about the last of the things I need to get done. And I will definitely keep you guys updated, and I will do video shorts every so often as long as the power stays on. I'll let you guys know what's going on. And oh, hey, Chrissy partner. Um, where where at in Florida are you? So, good night, Judy. I'm so glad that you made it to the chat. It's good talking with you, and love and hugs to everyone. Judy's actually my cousin, so everyone say hi to cousin Judy. So, um, yeah, just give everyone a big hug and love to everybody. So, everyone have a great night. I will keep you all updated as I can. It looks like things are really slamming South Florida, so pray for them. I have family that is in that area, so yeah, keep South Florida in your prayers right now because they're getting hit really hard. And I will talk to you all on the next video. Bye.